You are now tuned in to LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of darkness.
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now tuned in to LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Welcome to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. If you haven't already done it, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you will be notified of all of our future episodes. Also, don't forget to press that like button. It helps get these videos in front of other Star Wars fans so they can get in on the outrageousness. So how's everyone doing today?
Good.
What's up, y'all?
Well,
Good. How are you guys?
I am freaking amazing. I can't say it more loudly, I guess. If I say it any louder, I'll probably spike the mic, so I don't want to spike the mic.
What's going on, Star Wars team leader Clint? How's everybody doing today? So this was a good episode and it kind of made me mad.
It's a
little
filler.
bit. Well,
I
it's a
liked it.
filler, but I'm just mad because the way they did Hondo.
They did Hondo pretty dirty.
Hondo is my dude, man, and they just did Hondo dirty as hell.
They made him look so like childish. You know, oh, I'm an old pirate. Dude, you look like you're like maybe 16 and a pirate. Like,
Yeah, it's like
they did
I
you
don't know.
bad.
Hondo was like the leader in Clone Wars of the pirates, and then he just like everybody that screwed him over, and he's over here trying to commit heists and everything by himself. And
Yeah, this is Star Wars.
I was like, oh man, how you gonna do my guy go wrong like that? I love Hondo. Hondo's funny.
I was so happy to see his face. Like, I forgot about this episode. I watched it and I was like, ha! Hondo Ohnaka! How are you?
And then we had Lando Cal Ezra.
No. I was like, dude, don't even try. Come on. Don't even try. Although I do like Ezra as like a pirate. I kind of liked it. I was like, you know what, Ezra, this is a good career path for you. Let's
When shit hits the fan, just go be a pirate. Hondo's always looking.
Yeah, Hondo need a good crew because everybody that left him. I mean, how you go from catching Dooku and Anakin and Obi-Wan to being by yourself? Like you caught 3 of the most powerful ex-Jedi Sith, whatever you want to call them, like all together, had them all chained up together, and then you went from there to being like
You caught and remind you, he caught all 3 of them in their prime.
Yeah. And
that's the best part.
And now you're just like catching nothing. Like you're like robbing fake pirates.
Yo, Chopper showed up this episode though, straight gangster.
Like always.
Oh no, he was straight thug. He walked right up to that droid, grabbed the blasters, and he was like, "Yeah!" I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, especially when he's looking at him, he's like, "Ha ha!" And I was like, "Yo, he's gonna go one wheel and start blasting." Sure shit. What did he do? He went one wheel,
shooting all over the place.
He don't care.
I would not want to be in the room if he has a blaster because he's just randomly firing it with like he's like.
That was the best part.
Oh, I don't know. I love that. I love when Ezra finds out that Hondo didn't win the ship in Sabak. Like a terrible liar.
He's I don't know. Like I said, there was one that I just hate the way that they did Hondo. You know, but the episode was good. It's a good episode. It had a little bit of comedy in there. It had some everybody lying to one another. Nobody knows what's going on. And then I like the droids. I'm not going to lie. The battle droids or what's his face? How do you say his name?
I can't remember. I was trying to remember his name.
When Hondo turns on the droids, I like them droids for some reason. Them super battle droids or whatever they are. I like those droids for some reason. I just thought overall it was just it was entertaining. That was the good part. It's an entertaining episode. It just keeps you it keeps you enthralled into what's going on. You're like, oh man, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Hondo is crazy. Oh, look at Ezra. Ezra don't know what's going on. Oh, Ezra's figuring it out. What's up, Bodie? And so it gives you that Star Wars feel. Like you're watching some Star Wars, you're entertained, you're enthused, but at the same time, it was like, oh man, come on, another filler episode. Wasn't last week a filler episode? And which I know we got to have filler episodes. Filler episodes can give you content, That's how they.
That's the thing with Rebels, though. They're very few and far between when they do that.
Well, and most of the time, it leads to character development.
Yeah,
it does.
So
yeah, for sure.
It's not like the filler episodes in like Clone Wars, just a random episode they just threw in there. Like, what does this have to do with anything?
Hey! You leave Clone Wars alone.
I'm not saying the Clone Wars is bad. They give me the same feeling. They give me that same, enthusiasm and everything. But it'll just be some random episode that has nothing to do with what's going on. Like, okay, what happened? I was trying to find out what happened from last week, like a soap opera. And then you just throw this random episode in here, and I don't even know what's going on. Like, what does this have to do with anything? I wanted to find out what was happening. And then, but theirs is more like a character development stuff. Because they'll in Clone Wars, they'll just throw you in. It'll be some random Jedi on some random planet doing some random thing, and you're like, what?
Yeah, you'll be like watching an arc with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and the next you know, here's Kid Mundi on like this outer rim planet. It's like I don't care what's going on.
My only problem with it was an important episode with character development. It's just the character development we've seen before. It's like a kid who's really young who wants to do more, but he's too young, so he takes it into his own hands. It's kind of repetitive. And so that's
one thing you will find in Rebels. In Rebels, there's a lot of repetitive stuff that's showing the character development, but it's like, dude, didn't this happen the last episode? It was, didn't this same thing happen?
He just Flip, how was this kid 14? Like, bro, yeah, you can't be going on missions all the time. Like, stay back and take care of the ship, kid.
He just wants to be involved in everything.
He just wants to feel important, okay?
You're 14, bro. Give it 5 more years, 4 more years.
I'm telling you, if that was me though, and I was in that universe, I'd be the same way. I'd be like, I want in. I want to blow shit up. Yes.
Yeah, I guess
are you kidding me?
14-year-old, you don't really understand.
I'm just saying.
You think you're invincible at 14?
Child, you could die.
So?
If he dies, he dies.
If I die, exactly.
Yeah,
what's up, Dr. Skywalker?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I think out of everybody, out of all the characters in Star Wars, I think the 2 people that I probably relate to the most is Anakin and Ezra. For some reason, I relate to them.
I was thinking more Hondo Ohnaka and Lando Calrissian.
They're kind of on opposite spectrums.
Yeah, but they're both, spontaneous. They're,
wild,
quick to jump.
Yeah.
And that's kind of I would say, I'm not gonna say maybe that like how I am right now, but when I was younger. When I was younger, I was quick to run into a fight, quick to, I was that guy. Just fighting was fun to me. So anything that had to do with fighting or, being in the streets and stuff like that, that's how I was when I was a teenager. I just wanted to be in the streets. And so I can kind of relate to where they're at. I want to be in the middle of everything. Now I'm older. I'm like, get the hell away from me. I don't like nobody.
That's fair.
How can I make some money? Because I'm about to die and I need to leave my kids some money.
For real.
I think that's where, but that's once again, it goes back to there's a Star Wars character for everybody. There's a character for every person out there.
That's true.
That's why I made that joke. I'm like, I see you more as like an Lando and Hondo, where the money's the object, it's the goal to sustain your, what you need in your life in the moment.
I wouldn't say I don't look at things. it's kind of hard because I always look at like the objective goals of stuff. Like, you know, when I'm looking at things, I'm kind of like, okay, so what is the benefit of doing this? Like, because time is important. You know, that's one thing you can't buy, you can't get none back, you can't do anything. Once that time is spent, it's gone. And so I try to look at the benefits of things, and then I try to look at the long term goals. You know, like starting a podcast or writing a book or anything like that. These are things that these are long term goals because it takes a long period of time. It's like I said before, it's like writing a book. You got to start off and you got to go through all that long period before you start getting the real before you start getting to where you're at a point where you make money or you can do the things and start getting the sponsors and stuff like that. You have to go through that trial period. Same thing with like writing a book. That's why I always compare it to writing a book, because you don't start making money until that book is finished and published and went through editing and just like making a movie. It's the same way. You have to create the content before the content can make you anything. So it's like the long-term objectives of things. And the older I get, it's like, dude, I've wasted so much time, like not planning for, like I always plan for the future, and I've been decent with money in my life. Because I've always been frugal. I don't like spending money. Like people's going out and buying Jordans, my friends, and cars and stuff like I don't need none of that crap. I live in an apartment and make double what y'all make, and I won't spend shit. I won't have anything. I don't care. I have the bare necessities.
It's the bare necessities.
And I think that's kind of the way that the Rebel Alliance was. You know, the Rebel Alliance was like, we looking at the long-term goal. Like I watched Rogue One yesterday for the 13,000th time. And I'm like really watching it. And like, even like when you're watching Rogue One, you like sit back, like that one captain or the one general dude, he's like, dude, what you're going to kill her dad for what reason? It's already built. Like killing him, what is that going to prove? And then like, he's like, hold back. And then, you know, everything that's going on and you're looking like, dude, what? But he was one of those hot heads. It was like, we need to do this right now. Then you have like Mom Mothra and them, they're looking at it like, we're looking at the long-term game. We're looking at the long-term benefits of what we do and every decision that we make. How is that going to apply to the future when the real battle happens? Because this is just the small little skirmishes. The real battle's coming. And when you look at that and you really analyze it, you're like, damn, man, Mom Mothra and them was smart. They was like really smart, like how they handled things and how they did things. All the way up to the point of then the Death Star was built, and then they were like, holy crap, we need to do something because this thing's blowing up entire planets. Did y'all ever notice how dope it was, the way that they slowed down the planets exploding in that movie? Like it hits and it's just like, boom. To the point that they could get in the ship and fly away. Like, dude, this takes a long time. But if you go back to like the New Hope where they hit Alderaan, it just exploded. Blue, it was gone. So that was kind of cool. But I think that has to do with Rebels as well, because you have Hera and you have Kanan. They're looking at more of okay, let's do little things. Let's help, you know, people little here. Hera wants to jump off and go join the Rebel Alliance, but Kanan at the same time is like, I think we could just rob from the rich and give to the poor type. You know, rob from the Empire, give to the poor, more of that Robin Hood type of attitude. And Hera's like, we have this giant, you know, rebellion that is starting, and we need to be a part of that. And then you have, you know, Ahsoka's like all in, so that's kind of getting Ezra. Ezra's like, well, Ahsoka's all in, so he wants to be all in, and he wants to be a part of all them battles. You know, he wants to be a part of everything. He wants to be on the front line. And Kanan's more like,
slow down, bro.
more laid back and like, yeah, this is not good. I know what happens in this. We gonna all die. So this is not a good thing. So I think each one of the characters plays a pivotal role in the rebellion as well as Star Wars in a whole.
I don't know, just the character development though that Garrison is gonna see, because Garrison is watching this really for the first time. I feel like he's gonna enjoy this development. Like right now, he may like some of it. And it's like, you don't really need a filler for a development like this. But, I mean, if it works, it works. The development drastically increases from here on. Like, it just gets more intense. And you see a lot out of Ezra. Like, season 2 Ezra to the last season where we see Ezra is a drastic change. And you're going to see every bit of that development throughout these next few seasons. You're just going to see the progression. So I like these little fillers where you get the little tidbit of like, hey, I don't know who I am. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't want to be a soldier. I don't want to be a Jedi. What do I do? And then he goes through something and realizes like, bro, I could still be a damn pirate. I could be a scum like Hondo Ohnaka and just rob people. And I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I found this family. I'm glad that I am becoming a Jedi and something that is needed and desired in this galaxy. And I think that is a huge thing, is just realizing who you really are. I think that was the lesson of this episode, is realizing who you really are inside.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think like, bro, slow down. Like, you're a child. Like, just chill. But I do think he'd be a great pirate.
I went on this whole spiel and it sounded great, and Garrison just was like, I'd rather see him as a pirate.
Well, and also,
whatever. Fuck me running, right?
He did a good job. Like his line, or even when he was like handcuffed, he did that flip and blocked the blaster with his.
That's some Jedi shit too.
I was like, okay, I see you. Are we gonna
okay, let me rephrase that.
Okay, wait a minute. We got to bring this up right quick. Bodie Collections. He said, imagine Jude Law as Hondo in the new show Skeleton Crew. Can you imagine that?
I'm game. I like Jude Law's acting. I could see him doing it. Yeah, I just don't think he's got the voice for it.
Yeah.
That would be my only problem. You have to have the Hondo Ohnaka voice. And Jude Law, I don't see him having that voice.
We all know who the Hondo should be, though.
Yeah, do we?
We all know. Yes.
Yeah? Who?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp would be a great Hondo Ohnaka.
I think Johnny Depp would be a beautiful Hondo Ohnaka. He already knows how to play a pirate.
But
I'm just saying.
I would pay so much money to watch Johnny Depp as Hondo Ohnaka.
That's
awesome.
That's another thing that this episode brought, because it kind of shows how Hondo comes into the series, which he'll be in later episodes. So it's not only just character development; it's introducing characters into the fray of into the whole Rebels family. So I think that's one of the other things that's really good about the way that they did their filler episodes in Rebels, is because it always shows you something. You know, last episode we got, the what is it, the Seventh Sister and the little creepy ass droids, and then in this episode we got Hondo Ohnaka. So I think that's really
Oh, Paz Morgan. Figured out the name. Shit. Paz Morgan.
Yeah. Where was I getting V from? And the best thing about I just watched the episode before we came on here, and I could not remember his name.
Okay, I gotta agree. I saw Chris say this. Robin Williams was still alive. He'd be a great Hondo too. I think but when I look at Robin Williams, I think of Genie, 100 years in a bottle gives you such a kink in the neck. I just
You know what I watched the other day? I watched that Peter Pan with Robert Williams in it.
Yeah, Pan.
Hook.
Oh, Hook. Yeah,
I was like, damn, man,
that's a good movie.
Sucks that Robert Williams is gone. That dude was a good actor.
No.
He was.
Like, honestly.
Yep.
And the way that Disney is putting out money for actors to come into Star Wars is, I think that we could see a lot of actors, really coming in to play parts. I see The Rock, maybe Kevin Hart.
No.
I have a feeling with some of the new stuff that Disney is pushing, some of their new projects that are Star Wars that are
I don't.
theirs. I think that they're gonna go after some of the high end.
I don't think The Rock will because he's got such a major deal with DC. Because he's got the Black Adam movie. He's doing Super Pets. He's already getting talks and being in the next Shazam and all these things. So I don't think Disney's going to be able to offer him enough money to be a supporting role in a big movie when DC's offering him bigger money to be the main character.
Yeah.
And I don't think The Rock will do that. And The Rock just brought in Kevin Hart to be a part of that Super Pets cartoon movie that's coming out. And you know how The Rock and Kevin Hart are, they do shit together. They don't.
But you gotta also
they
remember,
wouldn't
Disney
compete.
got more money than everybody.
So yes, Disney he was under contract with them, Bodie, but that's the thing. He's now under contract with DC Comics. And I don't think he's going to fuck that up being the lead character of something that is potentially huge.
Well, and this is the thing, though. You have, at one point, you was in the same position with, people that was part of Marvel when it was Fox Studios before Disney bought it, and Lucasfilms, after Disney bought it, they were still getting characters to come in and play parts. They were just, when you got the money, and Disney got the money.
Oh yeah.
If they want a character, if they want somebody that they feel is gonna fill the theaters, they're gonna give them the money that they need. And
but The Rock wants to be the main role. $1
million. They don't even talk to you. Rock
I don't know, bro.
Kevin Hart don't even talk to a company for less than $30 million.
Well, they have to they would have to offer The Rock a main role because he's not a side role.
He won't take a side role.
Yeah.
Well, but if you put him in a position of
that's how they make
it. If there isn't a main role, when it's because you got to look.
I like DC Clinton. Sorry.
Fuck off.
Thank you, Garrison. Thank you. I was really nice about it. You came out stupid aggressive, and I appreciate you.
That was a little bit. Don't fuck off. I liked your earlier comments.
Your earlier comment was great. You just fucked up. You're in the tank.
Don't attack.
I'm an honest to God nerd. Because I like DC, I like Marvel, I like Star Wars.
I like DC more than I like Marvel.
I mean, granted, it's been a little rough since the Dark Knight trilogy, but I don't know, it's still better than some of the Marvel.
I don't know, Aquaman. Aquaman was great. I liked Aquaman.
I am not a fan of DC at all.
We're a house divided.
Flash. I'm watching Black Lightning right now. Black Lightning is a dope. That's a good series.
DC kills it when it comes to TV. It's like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then they get new writers, and then they screw it up, and they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta take this off the air before we ruin it more." And then they bring something new in.
DC at least seemed to have some effort into it, and was not just the same Disney vomit over and over again. That's why I like DC. Marvel just got really repetitive, and it just seemed like the same thing.
And DC's willing to take the risk on something sketchy and take the hit and keep going. Marvel's like, hey, this is the same old song and dance, but with a different character. And they know what gets movie viewers in. DC's like, hey, we're going to try this shit out. And then we're going to fuck the director and make our own cut. Zack Snyder cut. Way better than the original freaking shit we got in theaters. I'm just saying. There was so much shit that was in that movie that was 30 times better. And Zack Snyder, I'm sorry, I think he needs to do a fucking Star Wars movie. I like his movies.
Actually talking about it, but something happened. I remember reading an article about him talking about doing something for Star Wars, and then he just didn't. Something happened, but
it might be that DC thing. DC's kind of pissy.
It's just I don't know. It's just there's. When it comes to DC, when it comes to TV, even their movies, it's not bad. Because I went and seen the new Thor, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad movie. I'm not going to say it was a bad movie.
There's theories behind it, though.
It just wasn't Thor. You know what I'm saying? It was dude, what the hell what is this? What's going on?
Do you want me to share the theory that even Taika kind of confirmed? He says, this isn't really Thor telling a story or us watching Thor go through the story. It's kind of a retelling from Korg. And if you look at Korg, he is very playful. That's why there were so many jokes and playful moments.
Funny. There was some funny parts in it.
Which
Dr. Skywalker 716 said, what do you guys think about Moon Knight? I like Moon Knight.
Still haven't seen it.
I like Moon Knight.
I haven't watched it yet.
it was kind of weird, but it was different. That I think that's what I kind of liked about it. That it was different. It wasn't just the same old stuff. It was kind of weird. It was kind of different. Like, what the hell is going on? Who is this dude talking to? Like it was weird.
He's schizophrenic, you judgmental asshole.
But it was good. Like,
yeah.
I
haven't got down to seeing it though. I really haven't.
I still haven't watched all of Loki yet. Like, I still haven't watched all of Loki yet. And I haven't watched all of Arrow. Not Arrow.
I was like, that's DC, and I've watched all Arrow. I cried.
What's the one? The dude from Marvel.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, not Falcon and Winter Soldier. The dude.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Yeah, I still haven't watched all that. I watched like the first 3 episodes, and then I don't know. I just got busy and I never watched them.
I don't know. I like that Disney's trying this whole TV show. Disney, but Marvel is trying this whole TV show thing, but they need to know where they fit in. They are dominating in theaters. They are a huge movie thing, and they're trying to do the TV because DC runs TV and cartoons. That's all DC does. Marvel right now is killing it in the theaters and it is killing it in the comics. Same thing with Star Wars. Like, they're a lot better in the theaters than they are doing the TV shows. And we've seen that. The only thing they have killed it in is Mando. That's it. That is it. Boba Fett wasn't the best, which hurts me to say. Damn you, Kyle. I blame you for all the problems we got with Boba Fett. I'm just blaming you.
It's gotta be my fault.
I loved Boba Fett. Don't get me wrong. I saw all of it. I watched it all over again, and I've seen it about 4 times.
Like, the more
I understand it. I understand a lot about it.
The more you watch the Book of Boba Fett, and the more you watch the Kenobi series, the better they get.
Yes.
That is the honest to God truth. Like, when you at first viewing, you're like, what the hell is this, man? What are y'all doing? But as you watch it more, and it's kind of like the sequel trilogy. The sequel trilogy just was terrible. Like, the whole thing was terrible from start to finish. Like, what is Disney doing in Star Wars? But then the more
nope. It doesn't matter how many times I watched it.
The better it gets. The more you understand the direction that they were trying to go. They were trying to create. The more you understand that it was created for the newer viewer, it was to bring in new Star Wars fans. That's basically why.
But to kill off the older Star Wars fan, though.
But they're doing that with everything. If you really look at it and you really capture what it is, what's going on, that's what they're doing. All around, that's what they're doing. They're taking out the older characters to bring in their new characters.
So making them punk bitches forever. Hey! They can't live forever. We can always do more with them. There's always more stories to tell.
It's the truth. We have to start fresh.
Turning around and killing them off like they do, or making them soft like they have.
I know.
It's not the way to do it.
No. Yeah, I agree. My problem isn't doing new characters. It's how they're treating old characters that we've grown to love. It's the same thing with Star Wars. Like, Luke. I'm sorry, Luke's ending was terrible. They made him.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
I totally disagree with. I hate it.
Well, every character.
Credit to CJ. The same thing's kind of happening with Marvel. So
everything
just give the characters we love a good send-off.
Everything that is happening within Star Wars, if you look at it, look at the way they killed Han. Okay, garbage. Look at the way that they killed Leia.
I didn't mind the way they killed Han.
Or the way they didn't kill Leia.
Oh. Okay, so the way they killed Han Solo, I loved.
Hold on, stabbing him in the stomach.
Hold on, let me explain.
Pushing him off with.
Hold on. I liked the way they killed him off due to the fact that if you watch it, the son dies, and he watched his son die and turn into Kylo Ren. There was a huge fucking analogy there. And nobody noticed it because we were so fucking focused on him turning that damn lightsaber on and breaking all our hearts. Yes, I liked that because that was what Harrison Ford wanted. That was what he said. Hey, if you're going to kill me, make it fucking gruesome. don't do me dirty. And what did they do to Mark Hamill next fucking movie? They did him so damn dirty. They made him look like the softest punk bitch Jedi to ever walk. And that was aggravating. And they should have killed Carrie off right after she passed away. When we went into The Last Jedi and he shot the bridge of that ship, she should have died in space.
Yeah, the way that they just did that all together.
And they killed Luke in the last movie.
But there was a reason behind it, because it's to draw in the new viewers to the new characters. And the best way to get people not focused on the old characters is to kill them off. Now, I don't understand what they're doing with Boba Fett and with Obi-Wan Kenobi, because, like, dude, just like, they should have really started the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, like, leading up to New Hope. That's where they should have started it. They shouldn't have started in this little middle part. They should have just started it right up leading up to the New Hope, like, right there. And then we know that he dies, and then that ends that character. Then with Boba Fett, they could have, like, he could have got out and whatever and then got killed off or whatever at the end of the series. That way they would have eliminated the people. They would have eliminated them in the right way. You know, took out Han way better, took out Luke and Leia way better, and then just had it where it was, you know, where we were where we were happy. Like the way that, but I don't know, I think it has a lot to do with they're trying to, like, follow George's idea of things, because Obi-Wan just gave up in New Hope. He just pulled up the thing and gave up. It wasn't that he really gave up. He just knew the second step and what he could do to help Luke was going to be way better if he was dead. So that's why
what I don't like about
that trend within the thing. I want him to die like Kanan dies. Kanan dies super dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, die as a hero. Don't die. I don't like the way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, Carrie Fisher's death in The Rise of Skywalker. Did it break my fucking heart? Yeah, because they had Chewie losing his shit. That gets me, like, I cry every time I watch Chewie break down. But what they should have done, they killed Han off. I liked the way they killed Han off. Okay, cool. You had Carrie die like a fucking legend. She got blown up. She just stood there and watched it happen. Didn't even try to run. She just stared it down like, fucking do it then. You're told to do it, do it. And they should have killed her off, and then they should have saved Luke for last. We started with Luke. We should have ended with Luke. Yeah. He should have been right beside Rey on that damn planet and stared down Palpatine, and Palpatine killed Luke, which led Rey to kill Palpatine. That would have been 30 times fucking better to me. Because you started it with Luke. That's the first thing we see is Luke Skywalker, you know? The last thing we see, Luke Skywalker died.
You know, that was the number one thing in the poll. So there was a dude, I actually talked about it on the Sway podcast. There's a dude on Reddit. Connor, it's like Connor2112. He put out a thing like, if you could change one thing about Star Wars canon, what would it be? And in the poll that he did, everybody, like the 90% of the Star Wars fandom, all said the same thing. While people say that we're toxic and we don't ever agree on anything, but 90% of everybody said the same thing. Get rid of Palpatine. Never bring Palpatine back. That was like the number one thing that Star Wars, almost everybody agreed. It was supposed
to be Snoke, but we all know what happened there.
It was just, I just think all over around in general, the way that Disney is handling the old characters and how they're taking it, I think it has a lot to do with they're trying to focus on George. The way that George let Obi-Wan Kenobi die. You know, get rid of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is going to be a fan favorite character in New Hope, to lead into Luke. Now Luke is the number one Jedi. You know, to put that into the thing, and I think that's what they're trying to do with the characters. You know, let them go out in this certain type of way. I think that they should have done way better, and then we wouldn't be so critical when it comes to the characters that they're bringing out. I mean, everybody loves Mando. Everybody loves Baby Yoda. Everybody loves, you know, but then you're crippling the Star Wars community by doing the fan or the characters that we have grown up loving and caring about, and just that make Star Wars to us, and you're just doing them way dirty.
But at the same time,
well,
you
wait
need
a
to
second.
make good new characters.
Let me make one thing very clear. If they kill any of the Bad Batch, I'm going to lose my shit.
Okay, I'm gonna break this
rumble.
Okay, so understand, I'm wearing an Echo shirt right now. So I'm saying this with a heavy heart when I'm going to say this. They're going to end up killing him. They have to.
They're killing at least one of them, I think.
They're gonna.
No,
kill
not
him.
in the second season. Shut up! I don't want that. That's not what I said. I said all of them. If one's dying, they all die, and they die like fucking heroes. You're gonna do it. Give them a victory. Yeah, no, give them a hero send off.
Actually, maybe the very last season, like when they're done with the show.
I think they need a hero send off.
See that.
No.
But I don't know if Disney has the. I don't know if they do that. Like.
We watched Depa Lababa get shot down. You don't think Disney has the heart?
Oh, they'll do it.
They will do it with no hesitation. They'll get us attached and then, fuck you.
Rogue One.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, Rogue One.
I hope so, Chris. I hope so. I hope Crosshair gets like a redeeming death or something.
Yes, I would enjoy that.
That's what I think too, Chris.
But show me Crosshair being badass some more. I love it.
Let Crosshair continue being like what he is right now. Give us 3 seasons, maybe 4, and then kill him off. Because there's only so much of a time span you have until we hit that New Hope era.
Yeah.
So you give us 4 seasons, that's 4 years. And then they're doing something for the rebellion. Empire catches them. They die like fucking heroes. They're down there with the Bothans getting the Death Star plans. That would be fucking dope. I'm game for that. I just want to see Bothans, though. That's another reason why. I just want to see the Bothans. They just look like big-ass lions.
There's a lot of, we know that they die at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not in New Hope, none of that stuff. They're not after. They're not in anything after Return of the Jedi. So we know at some point that they die. We also know that everybody in the Rebels, most of them, are gone or something's going on with them. So, because we're coming into a sense with Ahsoka that she's looking for Ezra, I'm having a feeling that Sabine's definitely going to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, they casted her.
Well, just because they cast somebody doesn't mean that that's the position.
Oh man,
Disney changes shit all the damn time.
They casted Sabine. She's gonna be in the fucking show.
She could be a freaking.
She's a Disney written character. She's gonna be in the show.
Well, actually, it's Disney written, but it was written by Dave, so I don't count that.
Still Disney. I do. It's still Disney.
I count it as a Dave Filoni project, not a Disney project.
It's a Disney project approved by George Lucas before Disney said, hey, make it.
But we know that things is going to happen. It's just kind of like, where did these things lead? I think that, and once again, look at the characters that they're bringing out. Even though Ahsoka was in Clone Wars, look how they brought her into Rebels, and they made her a star character in the Rebels. And now they're pushing an Ahsoka series. Disney is pushing everything for what they think is going to benefit them.
Which
so when we're looking at that, it's all about the transition from old Star Wars into new Disney Star Wars. And no matter how much they do to piss us off, that's where Star Wars is headed, because that's who owns Star Wars now. Yeah. So we are in the position that we can accept that and be just okay with it, or we can sit back and just keep being mad about the way that they're doing the existing characters or our fan favorite characters. But that's what's going to happen. We're seeing it in everything that they're doing, in every project that they're doing. They're slowly weaning out. If they're not killing them off, they're making them to a point of we're like, what is going on? And they're pushing. I mean, come on, look at Obi-Wan Kenobi. They should have just called that the Reva show, because it was all about Reva, a character that they're creating. Yeah. It wasn't about Obi-Wan.
You also can't blame them, though, because like the reaction that they're getting from the traditional characters isn't good. I think like you can't get mad at them for pushing new characters, because the way they're treating old characters, a lot of fans don't like it. So I think that's the best way for them to go as well. Like, you just gotta try something new.
Oh, so do them dirty and then bring in your new shit characters?
No,
the only good character they brought was Mando.
Well,
no, I honestly think you need to create I think you need to create entirely new characters and leave it alone.
Well, I don't even think they hold the cards, and like a lot of people, like, okay, Revan is a fan favorite character, Bane is a fan favorite character, but these are characters that's never been produced on a live action or in an animated series. So these are characters that they can draw from and make very good Star Wars movies that the older fans would want to see, and it would still be new to the newer fans.
Exactly.
And it would still be their character because nobody's ever actually done that character. They have a lot of characters. I mean, they have like, they could go off the original Mandalore. They can bring in the Sith a lot more. They can do, they could do a lot more characters and bring and really appease all of the fans if they would just do it. Which I haven't heard one person ever say, I don't want no Revan movie. Not one person. Everybody wants a Revan movie. Everybody's been talking about a Revan movie for 10 years. And even Keanu Reeves said he would play him. He said he would do it. So it's like, but
make
once
it
again,
fucking happen, please.
But it's up to Disney to do what Disney's gonna do, and Disney's gonna do what they feel is gonna be best. And you got to look at it as a market, as somebody that's done marketing. You're always looking at your new fans. You're not looking to. You don't ever look back. You only look forward.
Bitch, don't forget us in the back, though.
Their job
we back here.
Their job is to attract new fans and younger fans, and that's what that's their whole goal. So they're gonna do what's gonna make them money. That's why they're
okay. You shoved Keanu Reeves in a Revan movie. You know how much fucking money they would get if they just do it right? Dude, that would break a box office record.
Every single Revan fan film on YouTube, I have watched every single Revan fan film. I watch it. It might suck, but I watch it just because it's Revan. It might be like the most worst thing that I've ever seen, but I'm still excited because it's Revan. And most of them, like, I haven't really seen too many of them that were really bad. I mean, some of them got just some bad acting and just bad stuff, but it's a fan film.
I just
got Keanu Reeves playing Revan. You got some random guy that's playing Revan, probably his second movie that he's ever done in his life. It's not gonna be good, but the storylines have been pretty well. They've been done pretty well. So
I feel like Sorry, Garrison, you were going first.
No, I just feel like there's a reason that they're not doing it. Like, we've been talking about it for a long time that we want Revan, but instead it feels like Disney's like, no, this is what you want. We're doing this.
Well, I think when Disney finally realizes that they're fucking up with Star Wars, like, I know they think they're doing the right thing. Like, they're like, oh no, we're going to just keep bringing in new stuff. And I think we're doing the right thing. When they finally realize that we're fucking done, like, bro, like, you have nothing else to bring to us. You have nothing to bring to us except for what the fuck we asked for.
Except for Mando and Bad Batch. Keep those coming. I like those.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what we like, they've brought what we like, and then they start giving us shit we didn't like, and now we're going to get to a point where it's like, okay, we've seen this, we've seen this, and their viewership's just going to drop lower and lower.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we're finally going to get it, but it's not going to be as desired as it is right now. Like, if they hopped on it right now,
here goes the issue with that, and I hate to say it, but it's true. I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, and there's millions and millions of us diehard Star Wars fans out there. Star Wars will come out with the most terrible crap ever, and we are going to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the reality of it, because we love Star Wars that much. I'm going to watch it. Even if I don't like it, I might talk shit about it later. Be like, what the hell is wrong with them? Why would they come out with this? But I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to enjoy every second of watching it, even if it's not good.
I don't know about the enjoying it. But
I might not enjoy it, but I'll still fucking watch it. Like,
I enjoyed watching the Kenobi series. I enjoyed watching the Book of Boba Fett. It just wasn't what I expected it to be. I still enjoyed watching it because it's Star Wars. Like, anytime I can get some new Star Wars content, I'm happy. But that doesn't mean I gotta like it. I gotta like what they're trying to do. I didn't get in the Book of Boba Fett. I didn't get in the Kenobi series. This old camera movement stuff that they're trying to do. Like, what is it supposed to be? Some new stuff or what's going on? I didn't like the writing. But it's still Star Wars. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna enjoy watching Star Wars. Anything that has to do with Star Wars, I enjoy watching. Other than Resistance, that's because that wasn't Star Wars. I don't know what that was. that was not Star Wars.
That was.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
Things that make you go.
I didn't enjoy that at all. I was like, "What is this? What is even going on?" Like, I do not get this at all. Like, this is what who made this? Like, but there hasn't been too much that Star Wars have put out. There's things that I don't like. But there's also things that I do like. There's also things that I don't like about all the movies. There's not one movie that I can sit back and watch the entire movie and be like, oh, this is the greatest movie ever. It's not. There's things that I dislike about the movies as well. But that's just me being me. I dislike certain things and I love other things. That's everybody. Everybody is like that.
Yo, Chris, why you gotta pull something up that's so... That just sounds like money. Like I hear cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. You know how fucking much money they would make if they did that?
You know how much money they would do if they just did the High Republic series.
Oh yeah,
started doing the High Republic. The High Republic books are phenomenal. I'm not gonna say they're phenomenal. They're great.
They're in by, like, if I had a 50 book list, they'd be at least in the top like 20. Like the ones that I've listened to, I love them.
Tempest Runner. Oh my God! That would be one of the best movies and they don't have no, like, the Jedi in there. You don't see no Jedi. Like, the Jedi are not doing anything really. They're just like showing up and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot of Jedi presence in Tempest Runner. It's about her, and it's a fantastic book. I couldn't put it I listened to it 3 times already. It's that good, and if they did something like that. But that all it all boils back down to them wanting to do it. And you got to understand, they do focus groups. They do marketing research. They do all this stuff, and it all depends on what the fans that they're asking. So basically on, like, a focus group, what they do is they do random calls, or they do whatever they do, however they do it online or whatever, and they ask people what they want to see. And then they take that into consideration when they're deciding on what's the next project that they're going to do. So if they ask, 1,000 Star Wars fans and 1,000 of these fans, and they ask from different age groups, and they ask these different people what they want to see, and then they get an idea of what the next movie or film that they're going to make, and then it goes back into directors and what, like, you get somebody like Taika that's gonna write a Star Wars movie and didn't even know that Natalie Portman was in Star Wars. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
that doesn't give you
and that really gave me no hope. Like, the second that was, like, said, like, Natalie Portman's like, yeah, Taika asked me if I'd want to be in a Star Wars movie. Like, yeah, I was in 3 of them. Like, that to me, like, was like a gut punch, because I really love his work. I think he is fucking hilarious. I think he's a great writer. I loved Ragnarok to death. That is, like, one of my all-time favorite Marvel movies, is Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that would be a good. See, Chris is throwing it out there. He said, or start with a Bane series, and as soon as you find Revan's holocron, you can do a flashback in the Revan spinoff series.
Yep.
Like,
Man,
I would be down.
You just want Bane. Get out of here.
I want Bane. I want Bane and Revan. I think that them is 2 of the most.
But Revan, at the same time, like,
Revan,
Kyle,
what makes Revan so good is because he's a Jedi that turned to the Sith that went back to the Jedi, but a lot of the Sith philosophy came from Revan. Revan figured it out. So you have this one character that you can show points that sound so good. Then you have Bane. Everything that we know about the Star Wars Sith from the movies came from Bane. I would even be down for a Plagueis series to lead into.
Oh no! Don't touch my characters.
I mean,
that's what I'm.
Leave Plagueis and Sidious alone. We've already got enough of it.
Kyle, would you be like, if they ended up doing a Bane or Revan and they did it, like, bad? Wouldn't you be, like, really disappointed?
Yeah, but
hey man, would you pull a me episode 4 Book of Boba Fett and have a mental fucking snap? Yeah,
like,
probably because that's your shit.
Here's my thing: like Disney has the money, dude. They have the potential to make the greatest shows on the face of the earth. But it seems like all their stuff is like, it seems like all their stuff is the same. You know what I mean? I think they need to try something new. At least with, like, if they did Bane or Revan, those are a lot more serious characters. Yeah. I think they would need a different kind of director.
I think what they're doing, I think one of the things that, I know why they're doing it is because they're out to make money. And if something works, keep doing it and it'll work and you'll make money off of it. At the same time, is they're relying on writers that are not Star Wars writers. These people are just writers, and they have all of the stuff that could go into any one of these characters and make it great because they have great writers that wrote the books. The problem is Disney don't want to spend the money on the royalties to do the books into, which
fucking kills me because they literally have more money than fucking God. Like, they could buy DC, they could buy anything under the damn sun, they could buy it. They could buy Harry Potter, they could buy, you name it, they could fucking buy it. And they won't because they went after things that they knew people dramatically loved. They saw the DC universe and how it was in shambles. The movies after the Dark Knight trilogy haven't been good. I mean, I loved Aquaman. I thought Aquaman was great. I liked Shazam.
Man of Steel
was good.
You can't convince me otherwise. That was beautiful.
No, I liked that. But I'm 10-1 when they were going through and they were like, hey, we're Disney. We should branch out and buy a superhero franchise. And I know for a damn fact they looked at DC and they looked at Marvel and they looked at the potential they could have in both of them. Yeah, you get fucking Batman, but everybody looks at Batman and they think of like, hey, Christian Bale, Michael Keaton, Adam West. That's it. I don't think of Ben Batfleck at all. I don't get me wrong.
He who shall not be named.
I liked it, and they approved it for another fucking movie, and I am game for it.
No.
And Joaquin Phoenix just got paid $32 million to do a Joker 2. So I don't care. I'm game for it. But I'm 10-1. They put it up on the board. They saw all the characters, and they saw, hey, we could have a star-studded list because it's hard to beat an Adam West or a Michael Keaton or a Christian Bale. But we've never really had a Captain America. We've had the TV show and those cheesy fucking 80s Captain America movies with the clear
America
shield.
It was purchased by Marvel. That's why they're not doing
That's what I'm saying. It was a Marvel product. But when they looked at everything, I know for a fact they sat there and like, okay, who played this character? Who's played this character? What stories can we play off this? Okay, let's look at Marvel. There's this character, this list, and we can do these movies or this kind of thing with it. And I know for a fact when they looked at Marvel, they saw more potential. So that's the same thing. 10-1, they did the same thing between Star Wars and Star Trek. They wanted a nerdier franchise with a billion fans. So they put Star Wars and Star Trek up on a board, and they like, oh, cool, they have this. We could do so much with this. But Star Wars, George is done. We can do what we want. We can take what he has and make more money. And what did they do? They bought Star Wars and did what they wanted. I don't get why they're not doing what would make them money since they're such a money mogul mindseted thing. Like you have the mindset to make billions of dollars, but you're fucking skipping past what would get you to trillions of dollars. Revan, Bane, fucking the Old Republic, the New Republic. You're skipping past so much money because you want to push your characters.
I think it goes to like your philosophy of quality over quantity. It's like, hey, we can invest a lot of money to make a really good quality story, or we can just make a lot of mediocre content and the payoff will be the same. And so I think they're going more for that. I think Chris made a really good point. They just want to keep milking the same mediocre content, because if they do enough of it, they're still going to be making money. They're still going to be making money off of marketing and merchandise and all that stuff, rather than put a lot of effort in, waste a lot of money into what could be really good, but also could end up flopping.
But that's the thing. They could buy the royalties and turn around and quadruple their investment on purchasing that royalty. You buy the royalties to the Revan books and you write something kind of close to it, you're going to quadruple your money, especially if you get Keanu Reeves to do it like everybody wants. Nobody's going to say, fuck that, I don't want to see Keanu Reeves as Revan. Everybody's been demanding it. Like, that has been in a high demand since somebody made that whole setup of that fan-made poster of Revan. So why not do it? Like, what, you're going to spend a couple mil on royalties and then turn around and make 40, 50 mil in the box office, if not more? I
don't think that they would have to do that, because if they gave the author, you know what I'm saying, 1%, 2%, he'll take that, you know. I think, who is it?
Yeah.
Drew Carpershin wrote Revan.
Yeah.
So if he took 2% of royalties and it makes freaking $1 trillion, you know what I'm saying? Because every Star Wars fan in the world is going to see it.
Oh, yeah.
He would make so much money, he would never have to worry about writing another book. He still would, but because he's already rich as hell. But, you know, he wouldn't. They could make the money, and then you get good actors. You put a couple million in, probably, maybe $600, maybe $1 billion into the production of it. You're gonna make that back so much over.
That's what I'm saying. So you get Keanu Reeves to pick what he wants.
When you look at that and you say, okay, we put $600 million into making this movie, and what if it doesn't? Or we can make season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi and make, you know, $600 million, and it ain't gonna, and we could spend $2 million to do it. What are they gonna do? You know, that's the way that they're looking at it. You gotta think about the characters that they've created movies off of, or the TV series. Everything has to, like, what is the characters that people like? Oh, people like Boba Fett. Let's make a character like Boba Fett. Let's make the Mandalorian. Oh, well, the Mandalorian's doing great. Let's bring Boba Fett into it and see what they have. Oh, we'll make a Boba Fett series. Oh, what does people like? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, let's make Obi-Wan Kenobi. Who else do they like? Oh, they like Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. Same character. Let's bring them into the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. You know what I'm saying? Who did people like in Rebels? Oh, they like the Inquisitors. Okay, let's bring the Inquisitors into Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that's basically all that they did. And so they're just taking what they know and they're putting in, but I don't think that they really want to invest a lot into. I think what Chris said, it's just, you know, why put out a lot of money into things that they don't have to? They can make these mediocre stories, and they know that the fans, they know we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it. I wasn't excited about Andor really, but now I'm getting more and more excited because the more I see this trailer, like, this looks like it's gonna be good. This looks like it's gonna be really, really good, and I'm getting more excited about it. The closer we get, the more anticipation builds up. How would y'all feel if they decided to do a movie about the Bad Batch?
I'd lose my shit.
Yes,
or do you think that they should just
leave
it as an animated series?
I'm scared about their choices.
It would be hard because, like, the only person that really looks like a clone is Hunter. So who are you going to bring in to play Hunter? Tamara Morrison. What are you going to have to do to Tamara Morrison? You're going to have to find somebody that has a clone body and de-age him. And you're going to have to do that whole de-aging through a whole TV show or a whole movie. Okay, but who the fuck are you going to get Wrecker? No, for a fact, everybody keeps saying, The Rock! No, fuck that. No, I don't want The Rock.
I don't want The Rock as Wrecker.
I can give you 14 different people that, other than The Rock, to play a better Wrecker. But
I don't think The Rock could play a good Wrecker just because The Rock.
He's not silly and stupid enough.
Right.
He's not like, he's too, I don't know, too mature. And it's weird to say The Rock because he is kind of goofy, but.
What's that movie with Kevin Hart where he's a spy or whatever? That's like the goofiest I've really seen him. I can't remember what it's called.
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, that's the goofiest I've seen The Rock. Because if you watch all The Rock's movies,
too short.
Kurt Angle, really? Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldberg would play.
Goldberg would look. I'm sorry, you just tan him up a little bit. He's already bald. You just shave his face. You explode half of it. And he's funny. Like, if you listen to him on podcasts, Goldberg is fucking priceless. He's got a dark sense of humor. And what does Wrecker have? A dark sense of humor. We witnessed it in season 1 where he tricked Omega into thinking that he would let her deactivate a live freaking bomb. Come on. That's some dark-ass humor.
I do want to call it Chris. That movie's, like, phenomenal. Like, if there's a 10 out of 10 movie, that's in the running for it.
What, Warrior?
Warrior?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, and that's the thing. Like, it's hard. There's some characters that you can't cast for. You just can't. Unless if you're bringing somebody from the outside in that has done, like, these small movies or these small TV parts that could do it. And then people are not going to be happy about that. But everybody's been demanding Keanu Reeves as Revan. Okay,
well, Keanu Reeves said he would do it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The fact that he's like
now there is contradicting interviews where he said that he wouldn't do a Star Wars movie. Then he said he would be Revan, but then he also said that Revan would be the only character he would ever play in a Star Wars movie.
Which, and I heard one where he said I would do Revan if the story is right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that I believe the most. That just sounds like a Keanu Reeves thing, though.
That's any actor, though. Well, any major actor is not going to come in and do a part that he doesn't feel is set up for. I
don't know. I mean, Disney signs a pretty check. I might just fuck up a character for somebody. I'm just saying.
Well, it's just like, look at Ewan McGregor. Like, if you really look at him, his acting career wasn't doing the best. So coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi was phenomenal for his career. Hayden Christensen, like, when's the last movie that you seen Hayden Christensen in? Or last TV show that you really seen him in?
The last movie I physically saw Hayden in was Jumper.
But
he'd been in more after. Yeah, actually, Little Italy. Yeah, see.
I mean, but he just hasn't they haven't had the major roles that they had since Star Wars. So them coming back is good business for them because they need to jumpstart their careers a little bit, get a little bit better, and being in a Star Wars TV series. What really has Ewan McGregor done?
Really, the Christopher Robin movie? He did that freaking Doctor.
Okay, dude, I want to watch
that tsunami movie in.
Wasn't he in Sharknado or some of that other
He's been doing movies. He's also been directing.
When is the last movie or the last TV show that was like, boom, I gotta go see this that Ewan McGregor was in?
The
Birds of Prey
TV show.
Yes, no, Birds of Prey. Yes,
Long Way Up. He's been doing Long Way Up for the past forever.
Dude, he hasn't done
Dr. Sleep. Thank you, fucking Chris. I saw him in Dr. Sleep.
I never even heard of that movie.
It's the kid, the little boy from The Shining. Ewan McGregor plays him as an adult, and he still has fucking issues. And it was amazing. You've never seen The Shining?
He has not been in a star plotted role.
Beauty and the Beast.
He has not done anything. I guarantee none of the movies paid him over $5 million to be.
Big Fish, Dr. Sleep.
He was the big bad in the Birds of Prey movie. He was Black Mask. Motherfucker, try me. I can keep going.
He's been shit since he's done Star Wars, and I guarantee he didn't make over $5 million on any of those movies.
Okay, so now I want to see. Now
good career move to be back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's a good career.
Oh yes, I can't say that it's not.
So either one of them playing in one of the coming back as Star Wars is a good career move for them.
Hayden more than Ewan, but yes.
But you look at it, so and then you read it. They're excited about being able to come back. So they're reading the scripts. They're looking at it as, I get to be Obi-Wan Kenobi again. I get to be Anakin Skywalker again. Not so much does it mean that it was any good, that the writing was any good. They might have enjoyed it. I personally didn't think that the writing was good. But you take somebody like Keanu Reeves. You take somebody like Tom Hanks. You take somebody like Denzel Washington. They're not coming into a movie that has bad role because that ruins, that discredits their already phenomenal career.
Yeah.
So they're not going to do it, no matter how much money you offer it, because that could cost them. That they might as well get up and smack somebody on the stage like Will Smith did and just ruin their career. They're not going to do that.
Exactly.
They're not going to do that. They have money. They don't need no more money. You know, just like I guarantee that Samuel L. Jackson can talk about coming back as Mace Windu all they want, but if they handed him a script that was crap, he's not going to do that. He's not going to play the part. He's going to be like, I'm not doing this. Dude, and you take somebody, even The Rock, Chris Hart, or Kevin Hart, you take any major actor, they're not going to play, well, I don't know, because The Rock and Kevin Hart be playing some roles that you be like, what the hell are y'all doing, man? This is not good, but they just get so many roles that it just, they can afford to do it. But somebody that has a spectacular career is not going to take a bad part. They're just not going to do it. And they have the money that they can turn down parts. They don't need to sit back and do something for work. They have plenty of opportunities. You got to think about, like, what did Denzel say? He reads, like, literally 2 scripts a week. Like 2 full scripts a week for the parts that they offer him. So, and a script is huge. That's a lot of stuff. And you have to read that and say whether or not you're going to take this part. Which I guarantee they don't probably read the whole thing. They probably read part of the first, like, nope, this ain't gonna work. This ain't for me. You know, I guarantee that they probably skim them. But I mean, to read scripts all the time, they know what's gonna make them money and what's gonna push their career and their standings within the whole organization, and they know the parts that aren't. They've all done bad parts.
Well, we went down a rabbit hole. How did we get here from flipping Rebels?
I don't know. Somebody said something. This is what happens. You know, this is Star Wars talk. We get it happens. So, how did you guys rate the episode? Let's backtrack a little
Holy
bit.
shit! An hour and 5 later, I'm gonna give it a good 7, and then
Yeah, I'm going with a 7 too.
I liked it. I love Hondo. Anytime I see Hondo, it's just like, haha.
I'm going with
it. Yeah,
I'll
say it's charming. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, it was good, but it was charming. It was like, it was cute. Not cute, but like entertaining, I guess.
It was cute.
I'd probably go 6.
Hey, that's not a bad overall score, though.
Yeah, I say 6.
For me, no, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's probably as high it's gonna get, being like a cartoon. Like, I usually don't like cartoons, so the fact that I'm watching this is pretty big.
I think a couple things I would have added is if Ezra kind of did that "you old pirate" thing.
You old pirate.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, he did say he was Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, that would have just made me smile. Hondo, you old pirate, you.
Pirate. That would have been
All right, so we got the scale. We talked a little bit about everything. Before we leave, I got to say one thing real quick. Simon Pegg, eat sand.
Pound sand.
Pound sand, eat sand, breathe sand. Inhale
sand. Pocket sand.
because it's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
So
no,
basically,
pound sand, rocks.
We just got to go over this before. So basically, we know Simon Pegg. He was he was in The Force Awakens. He's done a little bit of some other things that have to do with Star Wars. But he basically said that he's no stranger to Star Wars bashing. Says fandom can be toxic, and he apologized for our behavior. Screw you.
Who said you could talk for us?
Yeah, who are you? Dude, I didn't even know you was in Star Wars. And he was in Star Trek, so I think he's an anti-Star Warser anyway. Reading a couple of the articles, because they're popping up everywhere, this dude is just I don't care. Quit talking shit about Star Wars fans. We're great fans. We love Star Wars. And because we love Star Wars, that's why we can talk shit about Star Wars. So if we want to talk shit, we can. We love it. If you're not a Star Wars fan, or you're one of them fair weather fans, or you're just a fan because you do cosplay but you really don't like Star Wars, we're not talking about you. We're talking about real fans here. People that dedicate their lives to Star Wars. They have giant posters in the background and
Hey, my living room is terrible.
Huh?
I ran out of space. That's how much shit I have.
At least you don't have a dildo on the dresser like last week.
Bro! Fucking tattoo lotion!
All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap this one up. This was fun. We will see you guys on Saturday. We are having a guest on the show Saturday. Bodie Collections is coming on the show. So everybody make sure that they check us out. We don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll find something. And we will see you guys on Saturday. Peace, and may the force be with you always.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pegg Film Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Kim Lanise, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.